Thank you for joining me in my last video on Binance. It is my favorite crypto altcoin exchange because of the depth of the coins offered, as well as the liquidity in the markets. So far in the series, we've learned how to register, set up two-factor authentication, deposits, withdrawals, converting your dust into BNB, and understanding the overall fee structure on Binance. Here, we're actually going to dive right into the exchange, understand the various charts, and the various types of orders offered on Binance. So here, I'm logged in on the main screen here. I just want to give you a quick kind of hint. What I like to do is to favorite the coins that I want to follow, whether it's coins that I currently own, or the coins I might potentially want to own. For example, let's just click Waves here. You can see the star pops up, so Waves is up about 17% in terms of Bitcoin today. That's again something you have to keep in mind. This is Waves per Bitcoin. It's not Waves per US dollar. So you have to take into account what the Bitcoin does versus the dollar to understand what Waves is doing against the dollar. But here, Waves is up about 17% against Bitcoin. Now it's under my favorites. So that's something that's kind of nifty, and definitely take advantage of that. So in terms of exchange, go up here to the exchange tab. I think you should always use advanced. Even if you're a newbie, the advanced is not too bad, and it's pretty easy to navigate. I'm going to go ahead and click that. And what's going to pop up for me right here is actually the Bitcoin per Tether. So USDT is not US dollars. It is the Tether coin. So right now, Tether does not trade exactly 1-for-1 with the US dollar. It's pretty darn close, but there's a little bit of a mismatch. But it's a decent proxy if you want to, get out of the markets and get into something that's relatively tied to fiat. But just remember, USDT is not dollars and can definitely blow up at any moment. So just keep that in mind. So here you see the Bitcoin per Tether chart. And what's nice about Binance, it gives you a few different options here. So you have the original chart from Binance, which doesn't really have a ton of options, but you get the basic MACD at the bottom. You get volume, you get the candles, and you're able to change your horizons as well and change some of your indicators. However, most of you should learn the Trading View option here. Now, I'm not going to give a tutorial on Trading View. However, their charting capability is much deeper, which is pretty nice that Binance offers this. Some exchanges are beginning to roll this out too, but you got it here on Binance, which is definitely a plus. You definitely learn how to utilize Trading View as well. Something else in terms of charting that you need to keep an eye on is called the depth. So this is the market current for Bitcoin per Tether. So the green are different bids. So the bids are people putting in orders to buy. And so you can start here, right in the middle, is what's called the spread. The difference between the highest bid and the lowest ask. You can see this also on the right-hand side. I'm circling it over here. The spread is the difference between this 34.39 and this 34.38. And the depth chart actually shows you where the orders are coming in. You could see the price on the horizontal axis. And as you get further and further away from the current price, the number of orders, the amount of the orders increases on both sides. So you definitely want to take a look at this if you're going to place a buy or a sell, just to give you an idea what the current market looks like. And let's actually take a look at our favorited coin. And click over here, you can actually go to your favorites as well. So I will click Waves per BTC. And what's actually cool about Waves here today is there is a ton of volume. So you can see up here, 2,500 Bitcoins worth of Waves have traded today. And this is what I've been going to in terms of Binance being a pretty nice exchange because of that liquidity. You can see that with Waves today. So I will pop back over to Trading View, and you can see how Waves is traded today. So let's talk about some orders here. Now, obviously, I'm not putting any advice or anything on waves. I just kind of picked that at random, but let's just talk about limit, market, and stop limit orders. So a limit order means if you're placing a limit order to buy. So right now, Waves is trading at 5685 Bitcoins. So 0.005685 Bitcoins to be precise. So if I wanted to buy X number of Waves at, say, 0.005600, I could just place it right in here, and I would tell it how many waves I want it to be able to buy. This account is fake, so there's no, it's not funded. But if I wanted to buy 50 waves, I can type that in there, and it tells me it costs me 0.028 Bitcoins in order to do so. If I enter that trade, I will only buy the waves if the price dips to that level. I will not buy it at the current price, and I will not buy it at any price higher than 5600. Sell is the exact same thing, except on the other side. So say I wanted to sell my waves at 5700. I want to sell the 50. I will not sell it unless the price goes over 5700. If it goes to 5699, I will not sell it. So that's what a limit order means. And here, if it does sell, I will get 0.0285 Bitcoins in exchange. A market order means you execute right now. So let's say I wanted to buy 500 waves. Actually, let's make it a bit more. Let's say 5,000 waves. So I would actually buy the waves in this ask order book up here. So I would eat up the 903 and 967 right here, and the 424 and the 260 and the 12 and the 940 all the way up until I was able to gobble up 5,000 waves. So I would get 5,000 waves at the cheapest price that's in the order book right now. And I would buy them all up, probably all the way up to the mid 5700s. The same would work on the sell side. So if I wanted to sell 5,000 waves, I would sell it through the 5700 here, all the way down probably into the mid 5600s. Just keep that in mind. When you're setting a market order, you're buying at any price, but at the cheapest prices in the order book up until your amount is filled. A stop limit is a bit fancier, but it's still pretty nice to utilize. So here you would use a stop limit on a buy. For example, you think Waves is going to do really well if it breaks the 5750 number. So you don't want to buy it at 5750. You want to see if it breaches 5750. So a stop limit order is really two different limits. The stop is the price when your limit order goes into effect. So say I put 5750 here and 5760 here. And this is a buy of 50 waves. So at 5750, my order will go in effect to buy 50 waves at 5760. So I would buy it all the way up to 5760, or I could put it down to say 5740 if I wanted to, whatever it is. So your stop is actually when it hits the stop number, that is when your limit order will go into effect. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense. That is currently what Binance offers. I mean, there's some pros and cons here, like you're unable to actually have multiple orders open for the same coin. So if you own 50 waves, you can't have certain types of limit cells open for the 50 waves, adding up to more than 50, if that makes sense, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. And hopefully CZ and the Binance team will open up additional orders, like for example being able to do a stop loss and a take profit at the same time. So which means if the price declines, you automatically sell in terms of stop loss, but if the price increases a certain amount, you take your profits and you sell. Right now you can really only set one, when in reality most traders would like to set both at the same time. If you want to take a look at your open orders, you can see it down here. So if I set any of these trades that I've been talking about and they have not filled yet, they would be sitting here in the open order table. You can also see your order history and your trade history and so on and so forth. So hopefully this shows you how to trade on Binance. Again, I think the advanced exchange here is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. If you have any questions, certainly shoot them in the comments or direct message me on Twitter at CryptoQF. And if you decide to sign up for Binance, please use the registration link in the description. I would really appreciate it. You guys take care and good luck trading and good luck investing.